Hi guys, so you can have the best mower, the best hedge trimmer and the best gardening van setup as you like, but none of that guarantees a successful gardening business. In my opinion, it comes down to three pillars: communication, reliability and flexibility. I'm going to go into those three pillars now, hopefully give you my insight into what I believe a successful gardening business is, and hopefully a few of these can help. All right. Hi guys. So communication. Inform your customers however you do it, either text message, phone call, email, the day before that you'll be arriving to let them know you'll be coming to service their property. I don't give them an exact time, because if you give a client an exact time, you'll be constantly chasing your tail. The only ones I sort of give a approximate time for is the first one of the day, usually around about 9 a.m. So the first one of the day, I will let them know I will be at your property approximately 9 a.m. But don't get caught. If a client asks you for an exact time, I give my clients a window, a 2-hour window. Say I'll be there between 10 and 12, something like that. I know some people like to be there when you're there, or if they've got things planned, they can plan their day around you arriving. Also, keeping up good communication for those bad weather days. I always send, unless it's absolutely torrential, I will always endeavour to get out. Obviously, you can cut grass in the rain, unless it's an absolute deluge. But say, communicate your plans to them to say, look, I will endeavour to arrive. We will persevere with it, or see what it's like in the morning. Also, on the communication line, ask your customers if they want any other work done. You're in their garden, you're in their property, you can have a look at other stuff that needs doing in the garden, and just suggest it to them to say, oh, I've seen that shrub's getting a bit overgrown, would you like me to cut it? It will be X amount. Or you can say those sort of things for if the work starts drying out in the summer like we are now. If the grass has stopped growing, you can do some of those stuff that you'll probably save for winter. And then also with the communication, if the client is not there, send them a text message or phone call. Once you're done, send it off to them. Say, I finished your property, all done, bank details, text message sent off, done. That's how I deal with my customers. For those who aren't there, I'll send them a photo, all done, bank details, text message off, and 9 times out of 10 it's paid within a few minutes. Number two, reliability. Turn up when you say you're going to turn up. How many times have you had it with a new customer that said, my last gardener didn't turn up all the time, he turned up willy-nilly, I never knew when he was turning up, he never messaged me. So be the person who's reliable, build that trust with that customer. Turn up when you say you're going to turn up. If that's every 2 weeks or every month, obviously you've let them know the day before that you're coming, and stick to that. If you stick by those principles, you will start running a successful gardening business, and your reputation will start building, and they'll be more likely to pass your name on to friends, families, neighbours. Oh, I've got a gardener, he's reliable, he always lets me know he's coming, what day he's coming, and he always turns up. If for any reason you can't turn up, say there's a family emergency or you've literally just overrun on that day, just make sure you communicate with them. Just go back to the first pillars. Communicate with them and let them know you'll get to them either the next day or whenever you can fit them in on your diary. But as long as you are reliable, you're building those bricks of trust with that client. All right. Number three, flexibility. If that's being able to adapt to the weather conditions, if it's the rain that we have or the heat that we've been having in the summer, when the lawn stops growing, Be flexible in your business to do other parts in the garden. Offer to do some shrub work, offer to do some weeding or cut any hedges up instead of doing the lawns. Don't just pigeonhole yourself. So I only just do the lawns here, so that's all I'm doing. Or if I can't do the lawns, I'm not going to do that visit. You're leaving money on the table. If that customer doesn't want you to do that, there's nothing you can do. But be flexible in your business. See other bits in the garden. You're there every other week or every month when you're there, so you know best what needs doing. Like I say, if there's some weeding needs doing instead, offer to do some of the weeding. It'll keep the money coming in and it'll make you have a successful business. So those three things: communication, reliability, flexibility, in my opinion, what the three pillars to make you have a successful garden business. If you've got any others that you'd like to discuss, pop them in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.